this is a sad thing that I have to mute her. Okay, what I wanted to tell is that the form will be sent to you. You fill up and give. After I upload the attendance, you please fill up your feedback forms, and then I will upload the evaluation marks. Okay. And then the last thing I wanted to tell you is that what type of examination do you people want? Can you please tell me? Because AICTE insists that I have to conduct an exam. I was originally planning to conduct the type of exam that you conduct for your student. But one or two have written a private message to me that, sir, we are not students, don't make such tough exam. So I wanted to ask you, what type of exam are you looking for?
So mostly MCQ is better.
MCQ based would be good.
MCQ test
okay.
Pure knowledge, sir.
Okay, MCQs. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. How many MCQs should be there?
So around 100.
100. Mersim says 100. Everybody is okay?
Sir, usually 50 is there.
Sir, for other FDPs, it was 40 to 50, sir. 100, I think we would not have that much time.
Sir, maybe per topic you can
So we could
plan
restrict
maybe
to
5 or
50,
6.
sir.
So maybe
40 to
5 or
50.
6 per topic multiplied by number of topics. That should be okay.
Okay, Sandeep.
Yes, sir.
बहुत अच्छे गाना सुना रहे थे पहले आप.
नहीं मैं नहीं गा रहा था सर.
मैं सुन रहा था. अच्छा, so the Gayatri's point is that we should have 50. Is 50 okay?
Sir, I think 5 questions per session. So 5 into 15.
Yes, 75 questions will
We
be
have
okay.
15 sessions.
Yeah, 5 into 15, 75.
75, but Gayatri is little unhappy with it. See, she is so angry. So 50 or 75, I leave it to you.
So rather than sessions, we should go by the topic, no, sir. Then it should be coming only
But
to
sessions itself by topic, yeah. Sessions are not isolated from topics.
No, sir. This session is like one topic. We are having as 2 sessions today, no, sir.
No, there are 2 sessions, but they're not one topic. Each is a different topic.
Okay.
So should we have 50 or 75? Final word, I'll ask Jalak to decide. Jalak, where are you? See, I'm very fond of Jalak for one reason. The lady kept on calling me for 15 days to ensure that she is in the program. Her interest has really made me, floored me. I created a vacancy and made her come in.
Thank you, sir, for your effort for me.
No, Jalak, how many questions?
Sir, as per all suggestion, it's 50 is enough.
50?
And
okay, done. Let's not, no more discussion. 50. See, what I will be doing is 50 questions. It will be conducted on a tool called Slido. Okay, so I'll be putting a QR code on my system. All of you will scan the QR code in your mobile. Each question will have 10 seconds to answer. Okay, 10 is okay, na?
No, sir.
Yes or no?
No, sir.
No, sir.
10 seconds.
Okay, can I make it 12 seconds? This 10 is what I give it to students here.
Sir, give us a total.
No, total is never given. It's only each question is separate. Namrata is
Can we revisit the questions, sir?
No revisiting. Answer finish.
So
Yeah,
then,
I put all your points. You have to tell me how many seconds.
15 seconds should be given.
Who is that? Acha, Ritika is telling 15 seconds, correct? Is everybody okay? Because though it's against my desire, if everybody wants 15 seconds, even Rose is telling 15. Hey,
Yes,
Rose,
sir.
why are you not talking?
yes, sir.
Rose, why are you not talking?
I think there are some audio problems here.
Perfectly all right.
Sir, GMAT standard is 20 seconds per question. Can we
But
go
we
by
are
that?
not appearing for GMAT, na? So 15 seconds is what everybody said. We'll continue. So it's,
20, sir.
hey, Gayatri, everything you want to have it your way. Huh?
No, sir, there are people for 20, sir.
Yes, sir. 20, sir.
Sir, please keep it 20.
So
Sir,
it will be 15 seconds per question. There will be 50 questions. And in 50 questions, 50 into 6, 750 seconds. That is approximately about 6 minutes. We'll keep about 10 minutes for that. Okay.
ના 15 કરી ને
The laptop power on, though it is full powered, I thought in between I should not have a problem. Okay. With this background, let's start today's session.
Sir,
Ah,
sir, when we need to appear for the exam?
Which one?
After completion of 6th day.
on 5th day at 3:45 to 4 o'clock, we'll have the exam for 10 minutes. Last 10 minutes.
Sir,
Hello. Whoever is talking without mute on, please. Venkatesh.
Sir, can I add a point, sir?
Yeah, please.
Sir,
are you able to provide us PPT?
Yes, after the exam.
sir,
Before
if you're following,
Hey,
so
come on, yeah.
little
You are
teachers,
talking like a student, yeah.
Tough on us.
Please.
sir,
Okay,
Sir,
all the PPTs will be sent to you after the exam.
sir,
After the exam.
sir,
Before exam provide.
sir,
This is not fair. This is not fair, sir.
Sir, on the regular basis we provide for the exam.
sir, I have a request to make.
Okay.
So the request is, since,
Yeah, Anil is telling something. Please.
yes, sir, since we are all faculty
Ah,
and we are not students and we are following AICTE norms,
ah.
we request what other institutes are doing, which is give us an open book test, and for
Yeah,
we have
you can keep all your books open. I have no problem.
no 3-hour window. They give a 4-hour window actually.
No. Sorry, that is not acceptable. We have to have some seriousness in it. See, I agree to all other points, but we have to have some seriousness of learning.
Yeah, I just thought I should request.
But see, I can to some extent consider sharing the PPTs before the exam. Okay. But beyond that, it is not correct for me to give 4 hours for 50 questions and all that.
At our convenience. Okay, no problem, sir. Just a request. I just made a
No.
request.
Anil, this is not a very fair request, so I don't think it is right. You are the only one. Everyone has given an opinion, and I agree to everybody's points. Number of questions, I thought 150, so you brought it down to 50. I thought 10 seconds, you made it. I agree all of them. But beyond that, it should not be. Okay? Some seriousness. Okay, now let us start with best practices and review of literature.
Disturbance. There is a lot of disturbance around.
Yeah,
There is a lot
Hello?
of disturbance around. Someone might.
yes, please tell me.
Sir,
Tell me.
hello.
Yeah, tell me, please.
Sir, is it possible you provide PPT on a regular basis so that we can revise the topic every day?
Yeah, we can do that. I can send yesterday's. But see, chairman's session will not have any PPTs, nor there will be any questions from there.
Okay.
So, okay,
But from
other
second
two
session,
PPTs of yesterday and today we'll send you by end of the day evening, all the 5 PPTs, okay?
okay.
Okay,
Thank you
sir.
very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
All will be sent in the WhatsApp group.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Now, best practices and review of literature. Before I start my class on best practices and review of literature, I want to ask you, what do you think are the best practices and review of literature? Let me start with Dhara.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what do you think are the best practices in review of literature?
Sir, first of all, we have to choose the literature work which is published in very kind of good ranked journals, so that we can have kind of well recognized kind of work. Second is we need to look for the literature which is contemporary and which is most cited kind of literature.
Lovely. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
I want Neetu to continue. Neetu?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, show up first. We want to verify that it's actually Neetu, not Ritu.
Okay. Yeah, sir.
Yeah, I can't see you still. Yeah.
What? 1 second, sir. Now,
Yeah,
sir.
I can see you. Yeah, please tell.
Best practices in review of literature, like we trying to find out the if you are planning to write up research, trying to find out the background particular title or whatever work done on that particular title, sir, construct or title.
Okay, Rose, do you want to continue, please? With your face on.
I'll just put on my video. Now, I
Thank you.
feel we can review literature from international journals because, the kind of studies which are taken abroad can be undertaken in India, and their perception or their viewpoint would be a lot more wide.
See, all of you are talking only up to selection of journals. Review of literature does not stop with selection of journals. Anirudh, are you there or only name is there? Anirudh, gone. Saptarshi, why are you hiding today? I can see the beaming face. Yeah, tell me.
One is we have to select a reputed journal basis impact factor. After that, we have to look at the relevance in terms of the chronological relevance. That is the latest one. And then we have to look at as to what kind of actions has happened for that particular journal. And then we can look at review of it.
Great. Dr. Venkatesh, would you like to add?
Yes, sir. Very good morning, sir.
Morning. Just prove that you are Venkatesh first.
Yeah, sir. Yes, sir. From my point of view, this.
I can't see you. I don't know who is speaking.
Sir, yes, sir. This is Venkatesh. Actually, my background is not proper. That's why I'm not coming in video.
Don't worry about your background. We are not interested. We will only look at you. We'll not look at your background.
Okay.
We'll not see at all. I'm promising you we will not see your background.
Yes. Yes, sir. So from my point of view, the review of literature is not about only selection of the journal,
okay,
but selection of the title and selection of our problem which we are looking for.
Okay. Dr. Matthew Pal, would you like to throw some light? Your idea?
I will look for the similar one. See, suppose I am curious about one particular problem to be solved. I will go to that particular type of journals and who is publishing. For example, I'm talking about a quality, then I will go for American Society of Quality journals. Then I will see that, and it should have contained my interest topics. That is the important one. See,
Okay.
it's a
See, everyone is stopping with selection of journals. I want.
Sir, can I add something?
I'll come to the Pinky. Is it?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Pinky, your audio has become okay today. I think you're jumping.
Sir, actually today I am at home. Yesterday I was in the office, so it was not possible because I have to reach office
nice.
after 10.
Pinky, I'll come to you. I'll ask Mohsin first, and then
Okay,
come.
sir.
Sir, according to me, we should have some predefined rule to select the relevant and trustworthy literature. Then after that, review. We can see which can accomplish several critical goals of ours that are not easily achievable with typical empirical studies, sir. So we should have a predefined rules before selecting any literature.
Okay.
We should review.
Can I add one
Pinky,
point,
continue.
sir?
No, let Pinky was in the waiting list. Let Pinky continue. Vishnu, I'll come to you.
Thank you, sir. Sir, I would like to add, after selection of the journals, the main important point for which we do the literature review is to know the research gaps. So we should actually
you are
go through
going
it.
into
This
the
is
next
best
session. You are going into the next
Okay.
session. I'll make you the
Okay.
speaker for the next session. Okay.
Okay,
Right
sir.
now we talk only about review of literature.
Shall I?
Yeah, please.
Sir, as per my understanding, there is a paper by Gant and Booth in 2009 where he talks about 14 typology of reviews, ranging from descriptive review, systematic literature review, bibliometric analysis, meta-analysis, etc.
Okay.
So as per our objective of conducting literature, we have to choose the right methodology for us. For example, if you want to go for a systematic literature review, then we should have a correct set of keywords with us to identify the potential articles. Also, we need to have a good inclusion-exclusion criteria to be defined. So, basis on this, we have to go for a comprehensive search. Right now, sir, the major potential challenge that we face is that we have got different databases as well as huge volume of articles in front of us. So in order to make it comprehensive, rather than searching at individual publishers' databases like IEEE or Science Direct or Emerald Insight, we have to go for either Scopus or Web of Science databases, which is comprehensive. So by that, we can make sure that we are not going to miss any relevant article that is published so far. So that's one good practice that we can follow. And if you have numerous, huge volume of articles in front of us, then rather than going for a conventional descriptive review, we should go for something called as bibliometric analysis, which is based on data analytics, text data analytics.
Right. Okay.
That's my thought.
Anyone else wants to contribute?
Sir, may I, sir? The
Yeah,
time
Gayatri.
period which we select to do the review, sir. So for example, if someone is doing a review on globalization in India, it is essential that they consider the new economic policy of 1991, and from that period they have to do. If you are going for very recent or very old reviews also, that may not give the correct sense. So we have to choose the correct time period for which we are taking the journals after going for the topic, sir.
Beautiful, Gayatri, though I have one small difference of opinion. Today, I would like to see a comparative analysis is how it has been changing over the last 30 years. So I may like to look at the old, but your point is well taken that I should not ignore the new ones and the latest ones. Otherwise, I'll be
At a loss when it comes to capturing those
and losing dollars.
Yes.
I agree your point.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. See, all of you have really brought out some valid points.
Sir, excuse me.
Can I?
Yeah,
Sir,
Aman,
there is one point.
Aman first, yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir. So I just wanted to ask, like in the review of literature, although this was the suggestion which was given to me by my guide that we should read the abstract part only, not the full paper.
Very good.
Because
You brought out another important point. Lovely. See, nice point, Aman.
so I just wanted to know your opinion whether that is the right procedure or not.
My opinions will be heard in the next 1.5 hours. First,
Okay.
I want to hear
Right.
your opinion. Yeah. Somebody
Right.
else wants to speak.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Sir, may I?
Yeah, please. Rashi, I can only see your childhood photo or your child's photo, not you.
Sir, it's me, Sheetal.
Okay, please, Sheetal, tell me. Yeah, you want to say something? I think she has totally gone. Okay. See, thank you so much for your contributions. Let me tell you, every one of you is right. But what gave me a little...
Sir, may I?
Who is that may I now suddenly came out?
Sir, Heta. Sir, actually, Heta.
Heta. Oh,
Sir,
your hand is
actually,
up,
I am-
but I didn't see. Even
Sir,
GV's
actually, I am-
hand is up, I couldn't see. Please see, talk, yeah, don't use only hand. Okay, tell me, Hita.
Sir, actually, many of us have a perception like we need to choose international journal only. But sir, according to me, we need to focus national journal as well as international journal, because sometimes the particular instrument or particular methodology that international author have used are not imply for our nation or for not imply for our population. So sir, firstly, we need to, we need to give weight, equal weighted to national as well as to international, sir.
Great. See, my take on this, Hita, is very clear. We should not get any bias as whether the journal is international or national. We should see the relevance of the journal, relevance of the article to you, the topic that you have selected. If it is relevant, irrespective of whether it is international or national, that their ideas can always be looked at. Okay. I think GV wanted to say something.
Sir, I have observed two best practices in terms of review of literature. Number one, we can create an Excel sheet and we will fill the relevant data like methodology, tools used, data collection, what is the outcome, so that we can come to a conclusion. That is one way of doing a best practices of review of literature. Second thing is we can also write a literature like a story building, storytelling method, so that we can, after understanding the overall literature collections, and we can build a story and we can come to an end up to the research gap. This is what.
Beautiful, JV. Both the points. One point we call it as an annotation using an Excel or any other tool that you have. Second is literature review should ideally be storytelling. That is also one of the very valid points, which I would be covering while my session is going on. Thank you. Both points are really, really valid. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just to add what GV sir said, I would like to say also that there are different software tools that is available to organize the literature set, like Mendeley, Zotero. We can employ that also in order to make the process really efficient.
Absolutely, absolutely. Very nice, very nice. So with this, I'll start the session now. First of all, what is review of literature? Okay, it is one of the most important steps all of us know in an account of what is already known about a particular phenomenon. Now, yesterday there was an interesting discussion of one of you with Manimala that my guide told me first look at the review and don't go by your experiences. Who was it? I wanted to look at that. Somebody was telling yesterday to Manimala that my guide has asked to look at the previous literature, but she wanted to base this one on her experience.
Yes, sir. Archana, sir.
Archana, Manimala had his opinion, but I have a completely different opinion. I'll tell you, I'll give you an example. That's the best way of learning. Suppose in your neighboring house, you find a single parent bringing up a child. Okay, a simple example. In your neighbor's house, you find a single parent bringing up a child. Okay, either mother or father. For a second, let us take the parent and the child are of opposite gender. Let's say mother, if it is mother, let's say she's bringing up a son, with a father, let's say bringing up a daughter. Now you find certain behavioral abnormalities in the child. It doesn't look to you as normal as it is. Now your experience, that is an experience of yours, right? Either directly, but you've been able to see it yourself is an experience. Now you get an interest. Is it that the problem is with this mother or father? Or is it that every single parent brought up child generally develops an behavioral change? You want to investigate. Fair enough? You are not responding. Archana.
Yes, sir.
Ah,
Yes,
so,
sir. Yes, sir.
okay, yes. Hello, I know you are a participant. I'm in the middle of the session. Who is it? I can't keep sending Zoom link every day. It is the same Zoom link. Whole world has joined. Sorry, I forgot to switch on the silent. So it is a research question that you picked up out of your experience, correct? Archana, will you agree or not? You want to study the behavioral patterns of children brought up by a single parent, particularly when the parent and the child of different genders. They wanted to study his experience. Now, what is the relevance of review of literature in a situation like this? Ashwath, would you like to throw some light? In a situation like this, what do you think will be the review of importance of review of literature?
Psychological. Sir, here it is purely contextual in nature.
No, 1 minute.
Sorry. I didn't realize I was in mute. Okay.
Yeah.
See, basically, what I feel is review of literature is important from the point of view of one, definitely knowing what kind of work has already been done. More importantly, in all probability, the literature would also throw us some light on what are the potential opportunities for carrying on with the further research. It will develop some insights into the area in which we want to research, and from the work that has already been done, what are the things that are not covered. If we look at these two, it will give us some more insight into whether we are in the right direction of research. Are there any other opportunities that we need to look into, and some of those insights can be generated.
Beautiful, beautifully brought it. See, Archana, it is always okay to start your research from your experiences. There is no harm. But whether you do have experiences or not, whether you are able to pick up a research question from your research question, whether you are picking up from research this one, or you have pre-selected a research question, and then it is still required to have the review of literature, because you, as Ashwath has rightly brought out, review of literature tells you whether the problem, maybe the problem is already studied by somebody. Maybe some valuable inputs are available. You may like to extend beyond that. Maybe you don't agree with that, you want to change something. But it is important. Secondly, are you really adding any value with your research to the research universe? You'll come to know only when you know that what others have done. See, I'll give you another example. Have you heard of any sculptor who makes the idols in temples and other places?
Yes, sir. Yeah, they use.
Yeah, think of every researcher is a sculptor. Every researcher is a sculptor. And all of them are doing in the same temple. But they don't meet each other. One goes, other comes. So before you start the work, what is it that you want to know?
What has been done so far?
What has been done by the other people so that you can make a continuation of that. Suppose the previous man had completed something and you feel that you can start a new idol, you will start. Or you don't agree the way he is doing the idol, you want to make an idol on your own, you can start. But in all cases, you need to know what the previous man has done. So review of literature is an unavoidable, inevitable exercise in any research. Whether you're doing out of experiences, whether you're doing out of inquisitiveness or your own enthusiasm, you still need to do a proper review of literature as to what has happened before you. Okay. Now,
thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. The main purpose of literature review is to convey to the readers about the work already done and the knowledge and ideas that have already been established on a particular topic of a research. That's very clear. There's no need of much of a wastage of time on it. All of us know about it. Literature review is a laborious task, but it is essential if research process is to be successful. Now, this is the way we define literature review surveys: scholarly articles, books and other sources, dissertations, conference proceedings, etc., relevant to a particular issue, area of research or theory, providing a description, summary, and critical evaluation of each work. As Vishnu had put it some time back, there are several tools available. Even if you don't want to use any tool, as GV had put it, you can make a simple Excel and make an evaluation of critical evaluation of each one of them. Purpose is to offer an overview of significant literature published on a particular topic. Okay? I don't think we need much of a discussion on this. It's very clear. Is it? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Always keep in mind that as you read scholarly literature, you are looking for a gap your own research might fill. Okay?
Yes.
That means continuously as you are doing, you are continuously analyzing, oh, this chap has done only Africa. The two, he concentrated only on black population. Now you write what exactly he has not done. Then you may go to another article that somebody else might have done some white population in Africa. Say this article covers white population also. Somebody else might have done. Like that, you can keep seeing what area he has filled up so that you can understand what area he has not filled up. At the end, you can see what could be your area. Purpose is simple, provides information about past researches. Information could either be research design used. Now, this is also important. It's not that the work done in itself. Maybe that the research instruments that he used, you're not very happy with it. That research instrument may not have given the correct this one you think. And the statistical tools he has used, the type of analysis that he has used, you may not be in agreement. You say that I want to do a different tool and I will sure that something else will come out. So it is not necessarily the area that he has not covered. It could be a change of method, change of instrument, change of tool. Anything could be what you can take up. Okay. Provides theoretical and conceptual framework of the planned research. It tells you what you can do at the end of it. It presents the theory which explains why the problem under study exists. First and foremost thing. Is the problem really exist? If so, why does it exist? And conceptual framework presents the relationship between the different research topic constructs that you want to study. That is, what are the concepts and what are the constructs that you want to study. It gives you a clear idea because your previous people might have used some constructs and concepts, and now see what concepts and concepts that you want to pick up for your study. See, this word constructs and concepts, I keep using it. I'm sure all of you are very familiar with this. Anyone who has got a lack of understanding on this?
Tell us the difference between these two, sir.
I will. But before that, I want to throw the light of floor open. Dr. Premlata?
I need to know, sir.
Yeah, I'll come there. Do you want to throw some light on it? You have to open your mute, Dr. Premlata. Technology is not.
Yes. Sorry, sir. Concepts are theoretical frameworks which we need to understand. We have to conceive an idea appropriate to that particular framework, and that gives us a kind of direction.
I'm looking for difference between construct and a concept.
Concept is already established. Construct is how your viewpoint of.
How do you relate the two?
So from the concepts, we have a kind of vision to make it 360 degrees, and then we construct and we try to research, explore.
Okay. Anyone else wants to throw some light on it?
Constructs are actually the variables used for the reaching or attaining that particular theory or the concept which you are intended to reach or study.
Okay.
Can I try?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, sir, when a concept is a generalized idea about something in a particular domain. For example, there are various concepts in economics, there are various concepts in specific domains. But when a concept gets a definition, when you define it, and how do you define it and you measure it, a conceptual and an operational definition, then it becomes a construct. So without a conceptual and an operational definition, it is a concept, and when once a conceptual and an operational definition is given, then it becomes a construct. So constructs are in research, whereas concepts can be outside of research also.
Okay. There appears to be a difference in understanding of these things. As I understand constructs and concepts is as below. Construct is a vague, abstract term that you want to measure, but it cannot be measured directly. Like, for example, I want to measure your mood. Can I measure? Suppose I want to see a people in good mood is my mood. How do I measure your mood? Can mood be measured? I can put a thermometer or blood pressure instrument and can measure your mood. Is it possible, Dhara?
No, sir. It is subjective.
It is subjective.
Yes.
Okay. Now, if I have to measure mood, I have to think of some things that will notify or give me an indication of your mood. Okay? Yes or no? Archana?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Give me some ideas which I can use to check your mood.
Facial expressions.
Facial expressions, again, a little subjective. I'm not talking about subjective, but measurable things. I cannot bring a scale and put on your face and say eyebrows are this big or that. I cannot measure that. No?
Sir, may I?
Yeah.
Sir, first of all, we need to, if we need to find happiness, sorry.
Mood.
Sir, mood. So the mood is a factor. For mood factor, we need to identify particular variable, just like happiness index. So just like, sir, if we find out various variable from previous work or from literature review, then we are able to find.
From where you are finding out, Hita, we'll come to that later. I'm just
Okay, sir.
asking you to guess what could be the measurable factors to talk about mood.
Sir, happiness index
I'll ask
can
more
be.
experienced people like Dr. George, Professor George.
So may I?
No, 1 minute. Let I ask
Okay.
Professor George is somewhere. Yeah. Somebody else want to contribute? Yeah.
Sir, I wanted to give one input based on
Yeah,
my
please,
knowledge.
please. Yeah.
Sir, in manufacturing, you know, a good mood, you can measure it with a less defect or higher production, higher productivity. That's the way.
But our whole thing is, Matthew, is our hypothesis is good mood gives higher productivity. If I measure higher productivity and say he's in good mood, that means I'm already accepting my hypothesis even before testing it, correct?
Yeah, based on experience.
No, I want to know. See, I cannot say one variable from the other by thinking that I'm already right.
Okay.
So
Sir,
now I'm asking you, how do you measure mood of people?
so may I?
Yeah, Sujata.
Yeah, there are certain observed variables and there are certain latent variables. For example, mood here we cannot, directly measure, but we have to measure it through certain observed
That's
variables.
what I asked. What are those?
Responsive levels, sir.
Huh?
Responsive levels. Responsive.
Okay, responsive level.
We have to
Smiling,
prepare some
for
questionnaires.
example.
Sir, how many hours they worked
Sir,
How many hours they worked?
properly? Out of 8 hours, how many hours they actually put in effort?
Maybe
That
the
again,
disposition.
productivity, you're going back to the basic hypothesis.
Sir, can I?
maybe we have to prepare some questionnaires, sir, on this.
Sir.
Somebody want to prepare a questionnaire. Okay, whatever it is, I'm ultimately trying to tell you that you can bring in some measurable parameters.
Yes, sir.
May I?
Sir, can I tell you, sir?
Yeah, Prem.
Prem Lata, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, it can be reliability, responsiveness. No, if you are taking up, I think quality parameters can be.
Reliability again could be
empathy also. Empathy.
But don't you think that many of them are again abstract things? You have to measure using something else. Yeah, Radhika.
So to measure the mood, maybe we can give them a choice between 2 tasks and ask them to choose so that we can find out based on the task, the mood.
Okay. See, ultimately, what you want to tell me is that some variable could be very, very abstract, not directly measurable, but you will find some measurable parameters to guess this particular variable, correct?
Yes.
Now, I have written a few examples here. Say job competence. Job competence cannot directly be measured. It has to be measured indirectly, correct?
Yes.
What is the knowledge? What are the skills? What is his attitude to work? So again, attitude to work, you may feel that it's slightly this one. You may again put an instrument to measure that attitude. All these things. So some measurable items to measure, to guess or arrive at some immeasurable item. Similarly, look at mental ability. You can put a memory test, you can put analytical ability test, logical ability test to find out what is the mental ability. Language skills, you can talk about vocabulary, syntax, spelling to understand the language. That means there are certain aspects which are basically important but not directly measurable. We use some aspects, using them you measure this, correct? Constructs are those which are generally abstract, which are converted into concepts that are measurable. And from these concepts, you come to a perception on the construct. Are you getting some thought process how it is?
Yes, sir.
So constructs are generally, you can, suppose you are somebody studying, like Matthew is talking about productivity, somebody is studying productivity in a factory. So productivity, if you want to take it, you want to take is a function of several things. Some may be measurable, some may not be measurable. But ultimately, you want to see that what are measurable all become a concepts, and what are taken out of them from, or what are estimated out of them are basically constructs. You take out the constructs, and from these constructs you take out measure these constructs from these various concepts that can indicate or which are representative of those constructs. Are you okay? It's just out of context. Since I was using these words, I thought I'll check with you.
Sir,
Sir, can I add a point, sir?
question.
Yeah. First one, some madam is talking. Who is it? Yeah.
Sir, Archana here, sir.
Yeah, Archana, please.
Sir, I have a question. So now, for example, if I'm going to talk about turnover intention, example.
Turnover?
Intention. Turnover intention.
Turnover intention. What is turnover intention?
Turnover intention is me thinking about leaving the job.
Not turnover intention. Okay. Separation intention. Okay.
So that becomes a construct, sir.
Yeah. That becomes a construct. And what could be the concepts for it?
Turnover intention can be, it can be with respect to nature of the job, benefits associated.
No. They are not constructs.
No, they are.
I have to measure whether you are planning to leave or not. That is, they are not. It is not the benefit. It is your attitude to work has gone bad.
Okay.
You are irregular to office. Your defects have gone up.
Sir, may I?
Okay. Yeah, please.
Sir.
No, Vishnu wants to say something first.
Actually, sir, there is another classical example of construct. So in many textbooks, we could see the brand loyalty.
Okay.
It's a classical example of construct, sir. Number of items purchased in the past, number of repurchase intention, likelihood to switch the competitors.
Beautiful.
So these are the constructs.
Yeah. Very nice. Brand loyalty is a construct, and various concepts can be brought in to measure this construct. Lovely.
Correct. Yeah.
Sir, may I?
Yeah, this is the last because I have to go forward.
Yes, sir. Sir, I am studying on organizational politics. So, sir, it can be construct. And, sir, for this construct, job satisfaction, job stress, and a job frustration can be become concept for the particular construct.
They can, but I don't know whether they are the only concepts. There could be more.
Yes, sir. There could be.
Subject.
Yes, sir.
But logically, whatever you say appears to be true, that for your construct, they appear to be good concepts.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Now I'll stop here. Let's go to the stages of literature review. Let me switch on the fan suddenly. Bangalore, normally you don't need a fan, but today is slightly warm. That's why I went and switched on the fan. Okay.
Sir.
4 stages of literature review.
Sorry, sir, I have one query, sir. Query not, I just wanted to know. Sir.
Thank you. I don't want to stop you. Yeah.
Yeah. Sir, in one sentence, how we can define construct or concept, sir? In one sentence.
Okay. You want me to define? See, constructs are those. Okay. Constructs are those which are generally not directly measurable, but you need them for your research. Okay. Concepts are those.
So in the title, if I am, yes.
You asked me a question. You should allow me to complete. Concepts are those using which concepts are measured. So it's very important for us to choose right concepts for each construct so that we don't miss out or get wrong, incorrect inferences for your construct. That's why I told you, even Hita, that while our concepts look good, but I really don't know whether it includes everything. So what I want to say is that constructs and concepts are interrelated. It's important for you to know all concepts for accurately measuring a construct.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. First and foremost thing in the literature review is correctly formulate our problem. What is it that we want to research upon? Our research area, we will not even call it topic, we call it area. What is the area that we want to research? The first and foremost thing is. Second is searching the literature, as Vishnu has put it, also as GV has also added, that you use some keywords, start download all available good literature, and you normally get various databases, you normally get all good, this one you take out. So your idea is to put them together. Then comes data evaluation. This is the most important part in the literature review. The constructs is quite okay. Getting journals is quite okay. Everything is okay. But to be able to evaluate data, what you have to do is, as rightly somebody had put it, I am not really sure who has put it, but very rightly put it, that first is to read the abstract. Nobody can read every paper in the beginning. First is to read the abstract. First of all, the paper that has come out of your keywords, is it really relevant to you? Is it really relevant to you? Number one. After that, if abstract is interesting, go to research methodology and see what methodology that has used. And if methodology is interesting, then directly go to discussion. What exactly he found out. And after that, see his limitations. Now, beyond this, if you read the entire paper in the first run, you'll only be wasting your time. Then after you look at this, you say this paper is valuable to you, annotate in the Excel, saying that this paper is using all this and this is relevant to me. You also look at which time frame was it done, is the time frame valid at the time or not. All these things will have to be looked at. And you make a annotate that particular paper and go forward. The first step of the...
Sir, we can't hear you.
Because
Sir,
so many
there's
people
a
have
lot
not
of
been
noise.
doing the civic sense that they promised.
Sir, can you not
Sir,
mute?
you can
from
mute,
your-
sir,
You
when
can
you
mute,
can
mute
mute,
everybody. Yeah.
It looks very sad. I'm using a stick. All of you are responsible. Don't you think that my muting is an insult to you? Don't you think? But that is what you want. It's very sad. We should not do that.
There is no alternative.
Social
Are we
distancing
so
is not
bad?
followed.
As human
Then
beings, are we so bad? The good practice is always keep yourself muted. Unmute only when you are speaking.
So please do it from your own phone and so please mute
Sir, I
themselves.
don't think this person can even hear you.
Even hearing you.
Sri Vidya.
So you should you should try and control each other. You should send her a message that you are bothering everybody. Send by name, whom you think is doing it. Okay. Now, data evaluation, after you do this, the first round is over, because in the first round, you may pick up as many as 500, 600 papers, out of which some may be valid, some may be valid, some may be not valid. So in the first round of evaluation, you do this particular thing. Go through the abstract and find out which papers are actually working for you. In the second round, you go one step ahead. Out of which the ones which you are selected could be 50, 60 or maximum 100. You look at a little more closely as to what areas have they covered, what methodology have they used, what results that they have got, is it relevant to you? Okay, so these particular things is in the third data evaluation. And the fourth point is, after that you analyze and interpret. After you come to the final 60, 70 papers, you start looking at analysis. Analysis is, what are their results? How do their results affect your research area? How does it tell you to proceed with that research area, or drop your research area, change your research area, narrow down your research area? All these decisions will come in analysis and interpretation. Are you able to understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, writing the review, the text should be brief. Avoid direct quotation. It's very, very important that you don't take anything from what he has written, but you write in your own words. Otherwise, you'll end up with plagiarism problems, and you will end up with such issues which you will not be able to sort out. If you actually have checked your plagiarism check of any of your papers in the past, 80% of your plagiarism comes from literature. That means, suppose if there are 20% plagiarism, whatever 16% will be from your literature review itself. One area will kill you your entire research work. So do not quote anything directly. Now, have a plan how to present the review. That I will tell you what plans are available. I'll take you there, but you have to create a plan and write in what way is this literature related to your topic of research or your area of research. As I told you, don't reproduce the literature. Critically review, not merely enumerate the information. Your job is not to just take information.
लेकिन सर देखा जाए तो इंस्टीट्यूट के लिए एनएलआरआई के लिए ठीक नहीं है, ना जीबीटी के लिए.
Anil, can you please mute? Anil.
Sir, this is Matthew. I have one doubt.
Yeah, please.
Sir, what is the purpose of writing the review? It is for our to understand or to present it to guide.
The purpose of literature review is to understand what previous researchers have done in that particular area.
But what about writing the review like that? This is for my understanding. After doing this, I'll write it in the single piece of paper.
Writing the review is to justify what you are doing. You are telling them this is what has been done in the past. I feel that they have not touched this area. I feel that they have not actually used a proper instrument. I feel that they have not come out with the proper conclusions. That's the reason why I want to take this area.
Okay, so this will be submitted finally when I do.
This will be submitted as a part of the paper.
Okay.
This will be the background to prove or give evidence of whatever you have chosen, why you have chosen.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now, presenting the review. There are three approaches available in presenting the review. Firstly, chronological approach, according to the year in which it is written. The second is called thematic approach. Thematic approach is you are actually bucketing your literature review into various themes. Okay. Now, for example, let's go back to Archana's topic, which we were earlier discussing about, say, single parent example. Okay. You all remember the example? In that example, you collected a lot of literature. Now you can say one theme is single parents in the rural area. Second theme could be single parents in semi-urban areas. Rural areas, semi-urban areas. Then you can say above the poverty level single parents, below the poverty level single parents. That means what you are doing, you are taking the data in such a way that you can put each one, you put 5-6 buckets. It is something like you go to the sabji market, buy 40-50 varieties of sabjis. When you come back, how do you separate them? All leaves separate, green leaves, because they may need some work. All potatoes, onions separate. All of us do it. I also do it because my wife doesn't do it. I do it. Okay, so many other things we put it into various buckets and then start looking at each bucket. Exactly same way in literature review also, you put it into buckets. To each concept, each theme, you separate and put it into a bucket. Okay, the third way is country of origin approach. Some researchers may call for country of origin approach. Now, suppose you are measuring how behavior of the school teachers in the schools in various countries you want to compare. Now you have to put country of origin approach. Whatever studies that were done in Africa, you put it separately. Whatever studies which are done in, say, some other Islamic country, you put it separately. Whatever thing that you do, say in a liberalized country like US or something, you take it as separately so that you will be able to compare. Otherwise, you will end up comparing apples to oranges. Are you able to understand? All three approaches are quite common. But you have to, as per the relevance, you pick up whatever approach is most suitable. But generally, the most suitable approach is thematic or variable approach. See, you normally divide the subheadings so that that particular concept, how each person has dealt with. Okay? Any questions?
Sir, I have one question.
Yeah.
Sir.
Tell me, GV.
Sir, in the report, whatever the method we are going to select, is it necessary to give a justification?
No.
Why we have used this approach?
No. You are the boss.
Okay.
You are the boss. You have to see what is most suitable. See,
tomorrow it will go for the evaluation.
When I am reviewing your paper,
yes, sir.
The method that you have chosen is not suitable to your research, I'll reject your paper. You don't have to tell me.
I should give a justification for that. Why I have chosen this approach?
Your justification should be evident from your research question. How you have formulated your research question and why you have taken, for example, I've told you about comparing various countries, and if you take a thematic approach, you have to see why exactly you have perhaps chosen which should come in your discussion. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Now, importance, all of us know, identification of the research problem and development and refinement of our research questions comes from, this is mother of research questions and research problems. Generate useful research questions. What do I do? Yeah, you approve it, you have the password. If anybody who has got password can approve it. Okay, orientation of what is known and what is not known. Your ability to get this thing is already known from the previous research. It is not yet known from the previous research to the area of interest that you have picked up. See, in this area of interest, this is already known. This is not known. Not known is a gap. Known is already known to you. Determination of any gaps or inconsistencies in body of knowledge. Discovery of unanswered questions about subjects, concepts, or problems. And determination of a need to replicate a prior study in different study settings. This is very important. You say that this study is suffering from so many shortcomings and it has to be repeated in a different setting and different instruments and other things, or different samples. So this particular thing also could be a need for you to study what settings that they have used in the past. Identification of relevant theoretical or conceptual framework for the research problems. All these are general discussions. Description of the strengths and weaknesses. Leave this. You'll get it. Purpose, you already know, to convey to the reader previous knowledge and facts established on a topic, their strengths and weaknesses. Later, it allows the reader to be updated about the state of research in a field and any contradictions that might extend. It helps to develop research investigative tools and to improve this one. Leave that. This I don't want to waste time on these theoretical things. Sources. One is called primary sources, other is called secondary sources. Can somebody tell me what is the difference between primary source and secondary source?
The primary is the one which we collect and secondary is the one which is already published or available with us. The first-hand information that we are collecting is the primary source, which is actually meant for a specific problem. And secondaries, which is already published, maybe earlier published with some other research journal or any of the syndicate data sources from where we can actually collect and use that information.
Okay. Anyone else?
Sir, may I? Sir, primary sources is the source from where we are actually collecting the data, or from where the data we are creating base for our data. And secondary source is where if any researcher publish his or her work earlier, and we are took reference of her or his work.
Sir, I have something to add.
Yeah, Rose.
So primary data is more reliable because we are actually going in search of information.
I'm not asking you to compare. I'm asking you to tell me what it is.
Primary, as what the earlier, the other two people talked. Primary is which you collect, and secondary what is available from already published.
Anyone else?
Primary is the data which is not exist before is primary. The data which is exist, that is secondary. Hello, sir.
Yeah, I'm hearing.
The data which is not exist, that is primary.
Vishnu, you want to say something?
The data which is exist is secondary.
Vishnu? You are mute on. Vishnu.
Just a second, sir. Am I audible now, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I think, sir, primary sources are those like original scientific research published for the first time in scientific journals. And that also includes patent and technical reports. Whereas secondary are either review articles or books that we have in our library, which is nothing but books are fundamentally a review of literature, right? It's a result of literature that the authors have done. So I think books and review articles are secondary sources, whereas primary resources, scientific original research, paper publication, patents, and technical reports.
Beautiful. See, this is exactly the way what I wanted to bring. Primary are mostly relies on research reports, which are description of studies written by researchers who conducted them. It's not that you should conduct, but if I conduct and if I put a report which has been peer reviewed and published, it becomes a peer review. It becomes a primary source. A primary source is written by a person who developed the theory or conducted the research, or is the description of an investigation written by the person who's conducted it. It's not necessary that you should conduct it. So Ruby, that's the only change, what you told. And Roj.
Yes, sir.
Most primary sources are found in published literature. All journals, whatever you picked up, are called primary sources.
Okay.
Credible literature review reflects the use of as many primary sources as possible. Now, secondary sources. Secondary sources are research documents or description of studies prepared by someone other than the original researcher. If McKinsey is making an analysis report, it becomes a secondary source. Because he is taking so many reports and he is making an analysis of that. It is not that he has directly collected the data. The published data he has picked up. Similarly, if somebody is reviewing the literature that is available and you take that, the person who is doing is reviewing what somebody else has done. It becomes secondary. Okay. Are you able to understand this, Radhika ji?
Yes, sir.
They are written by people other than the individuals who developed the theory or conducted the research. Secondary sources may be used when primary sources are not available. If there are no primary sources are available, then you can look at secondary sources. One interesting thing I want to tell you, when you look at a good paper which is relevant to you, another way of finding the journals is go to the references that that paper has used and take those papers also and see whether there's something relevant comes out. Are you able to understand what I'm telling? A good paper would use its own references, take those references and take those papers. It will, in all probability, will have wealth of information in your area if you have already selected one area. Because mostly somebody or other would have done a lot of work in finding out relevant literature in that.
Sir,
Another way
I
of
have one question.
Yeah.
Sir.
Ah.
Sir. Sir,
Yeah,
if
Jalak.
I select one paper for literature review, and from that paper I refer the references, and from references I select some other papers for my literature review. And at last, in my research paper, I have to define both paper or any single paper as a reference.
See, it is like this. First of all, if you have done review of one research paper and found that paper suitable to you, your topic of research, you have selected that paper for ultimately reflecting in your paper. Under the circumstances, you can look at his references. I'm talking not about his review of literature. Look at his references and look at the papers that he has put in his references, whether any one of them are throwing some wealth of information on your topic. If something is taken, you take it. Whatever you use, ultimately, every paper that you referred to will have to be put in your review of literature section. Whether you origin of paper, whether you download it from Google or whether you got it from the another paper, it doesn't matter. As long as you refer to that paper, you'll have to put it in the review of literature.
Okay.
Somebody is asking, Amudam is asking, what is cross-reference? Is it important to see? The cross-reference is simple. Cross-reference is that now these days we don't go into much of cross-reference because after this alphabetical references have come in. Earlier, the cross-reference is you take one paper and you put one on that, and against that one, at the end notes, you write what is that one. This is all called cross-reference. Now, with this alphabetical and APA format thing has come, We don't much of, there is no much of a need for cross-reference because each author can be searched very easily and you can get into that paper. Steps is annotated bibliography is exactly what our friend GVR had told, GVM. And that is to read articles, books and other things and write a brief critical and synopsis either in an Excel or any other document. After going through the reading list, researchers will have an annotation of each source of literature. Annotations are likely to include more references of other work since previous readings will be available to compare. That's what I was telling you. Thematic organization is to, this is very, very critical in literature review, thematic organization. Amutam, you're there on this. Why are you typing your questions? Why are you not asking? Your audio is not working. Unmute.
Sir, I'm not audible, sir, actually.
You're very much audible.
Not good.
Such a sweet voice you got.
Thank
We
you,
would have enjoyed your voice.
Thank you, sir. Okay.
Okay. This is the place you are finding the themes. This is the place you are finding the buckets. Okay. And organize, put each type of theme related literature into another one bucket. This is very important. Thematic organization. Organize it under themes which relate to each other and are arranged in a chronological manner. Within the theme, you can put the first things first in a chronological order. Researchers try to establish coherence between the themes and literature. In all this, when you ultimately put it, one simple way of checking whether you have a good literature review or not is to remove all references in the literature review. Just make it entire literature review a running article without any references and read it. Whether if you are able to find the linkages, if you are able to read it as a story, that means it's a good literature. It's looking disjointed. Hands are coming on the head, eyes are coming on the nose. Then it is definitely not a good this one. That you will come to know when you are reading it with after removing all the references and read it as an article. Are you able to understand? I'll just give you about 2 minutes break. I'll just go to the washroom and come. If anyone wants a short bio break, you can go.
Project related. बैकग्राउंड के हैं शरीर की कुछ कर पा रहे हैं ये कोई बच्चे आप ही कराएगा तो संभालेगा तो
Here is able to identify a few themes under which you separate your literature. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Because the reader will get a better idea of your literature when it is thematic.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Now, The sections are clear. Researchers start writing the literature review in each thematic section. They organize the
Yes, sir.
related articles, one after the other. While writing the reviews, researchers
ये
focus on
जुलाई का फर्स्ट वीक तो ट्यूसडे का वन है सर.
अनिल बाबू, आप ऐसा करोगे तो मुश्किल है. While writing reviews, the researchers focus on theme of that section, showing how the article relates to each other. Why did you put it into the theme? What was the reason? How they relate to each other? Okay. The articles are used as evidence to support the theme rather than using the theme as an angle to discuss each article. Theme should not be discussing. The article should come and fall into that bucket. Okay. That is very critical. Integrate the sections, sieve together all the themes in such a way it looks like a beautiful, like, yeah. See, if you want a good example, it is like picking up each individual theme, and when you integrate the themes, is it running like a story? Is it running as a single article that all entire literature is being shown? Anand Kumar, do you have a question? You raise your hand. Anand Kumar?
Sorry, sir, that is unfortunately touched my.
Okay, don't worry.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yeah, please, Matthew.
You said integrate the themes, and see, it will be a different theme, you know. Then how you will integrate the themes, and you know, because you gave one example of single parent, different themes.
Okay, I will put it like this. Beautiful example. Let us take the same example and see how do we put themes and how do we integrate. Okay. See, the story is behavioral aspects of children. You want to study the behavioral aspects of children who are brought up by single parents of opposite gender. Okay. Now, you say that your themes could be that the rural population is one theme. The people who stay in rural areas could be one theme. Urban areas could be one. Semi-urban could be one. In that, there could be sub-themes that rural areas, all these things you can say how rich people in rural areas, how poor people rural areas, same rich people in urban. That means the prosperity or the standard of living of people could be one theme. Now, in whatever buckets that you want to put, either location wise or you want to put it as per the standard of living, you have made your buckets, correct? Each thing. See, you can say the people in urban areas, since they are single parent, they have to go for work and they don't have much time to look after their children. So children are more likely to go astray. You can say that. Since they are nuclear parents, you can say people in rural areas, it is so-and-so has observed that since the family has got 10-15 members, even though earning member goes out, the other people can look at the behavioral aspects. That means you find out whatever everybody has written. Now you have to sieve together. When you are writing together, you say the topic is behavioral aspects of children brought up by a single parent. Now you say that the study of urban areas or rural areas are above poverty line, below poverty line, or middle class, all put together one after the other, so that when you read together, it looks like a story. You can say that all the rural areas you can, in rural areas, you can say, okay, Kerala rural areas. You can say Tamil Nadu rural areas. You can even further divide. North Kerala, South Kerala, whatever way you want to theme it, but put together in such a way, when he gets together and reads it, it gives an integrated view of what previous researchers have done on the study of behavioral aspects of single parent children. It is integrating and putting together all these things so that when he reads, he gets a comprehensive understanding of what people have done. That is the idea of integrating together.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Any other questions? I see K and Priya suddenly appearing. K and Priya, are you able to understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Were you there all the time or you just came in?
Just came in, sir.
I mean, just came in. Okay. Yes. Class. Okay. Any other questions on this integrating? The whole idea, whether you have integrated rightly or wrongly, is your ability to read or give it to someone in the house or some colleague of yours to read through and ask him what has he understood. That the lack of connectedness between the themes, lack of connectedness between one's literature to the other literature within the themes, all these things will come out when you are able to read it as a story without any references, whether it is meaning to, whether it is giving a good understanding of what you're talking about. Are you with me?
Yes.
Any questions? Great. Okay, now I will end before I leave it for discussion. I end with two things. One is how a bad review looks like. Read this full sentence, full paragraph. I want to comment on this review. Priya will start. Are you able to understand? Hey, Sheena, why are you so dull today? Sheena?
Yes, sir.
Why are you so dull today? You had a fight with someone at home or what?
Headache, sir.
You are not even smiling. Take some tablet, yeah? Yesterday you were so bubbly. Huh?
I taken tablet, but still paining.
Okay. Are you able to understand?
Sir, may I?
No, I'm just asking a question. Are you able to understand? First, what I have written.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Now, I want to start with Priya to make a comment on this. Sujata, I'll come to you.
Like the women students, some women students, they avoid.
No. I don't want you to repeat what is written. I want you to comment about the quality of literature review. Everybody can repeat. What is so great about it?
Of repeating words. That. Sir,
Okay,
am I
you
audible?
collect your thought.
In a nutshell,
Okay, yeah.
So, what I found from this piece is that the author has imposed his or her opinion into it. Like, for example, comments like excellent book, that is absolutely the author's opinion. The author has kind of personalized this piece with very informal kind of non-empirical kind of language, and it's not
Good.
very impersonal review.
Good. One good point. Yeah.
So may I?
Yeah. Who wants to say Rose?
Yes,
Rose.
sir.
Yeah, Rose.
Sir, I feel there is a lack of connectivity between the second and third sentence.
Beautiful.
Because,
Yeah.
that is one. See, she says that, okay, whoever is written is, they've said women students said so and so. Then abruptly they have changed the topic to men and women together reacting. I mean, reacting differently, but they have brought men into the picture.
Okay.
And then towards the end, the excellent book and all that. There's a
Okay.
lack of connectivity.
Okay. Now I'll give you 5 minutes to rewrite this literature review in your own words. Then I will ask you to read out. Just take 5-6 minutes to rewrite in your own way. Aman? Aman Bhaiya?
Yes, sir. I am also writing.
हाँ अमन आप काफी इधर उधर बात कर रहे हो मेरे को म्यूट करना पड़ रहा है.
Okay, sorry, sir.
You know what we call it for Aman in Hebrew?
No, sir.
Very famous word. Whole world knows about it.
No, I don't know.
Anybody? What is the word for Aman in Hebrew? That is a Israeli way of salutation with each other. Throughout the time I stayed in Israel, I was quite impressed with this word.
Amen.
Huh? It is shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom means shanti, peace.
Okay. Right.
So in Israel, you don't say good morning, good evening. You call each other whenever you meet somebody, you say shalom. That means peace.
Perfect.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
Yeah, please write, modify this review in your own words. Once you are ready, please let me know. शीतल आपकी बच्ची आपको तंग कर रही है?
Yes, sir.
उनको दिखा दो ना हमको भी. We'll also say hello to her. Hi. What is their name, शीतल?
Rashi.
Huh? Joshi, what is it?
Rashi. Rashi, sir.
Rashi. Hi, Rashi. मम्मा को हमने चुरा लिया ना?
Sir, she is not only the kid which I have 3 months old kid.
Oh, lovely. वो तो कंप्लेंट नहीं कर सकती है ना, केवल रो सकती है. ये राशि आपके ऊपर आके चिल्ला सकती है ना?
Yes, sir.
But I really hats off, Sheetal, with 2 children. You're showing so much of interest in learning. You're a real icon of example for everyone else. Anyone, no one is there at home to help, Sheetal? You're all alone?
Sorry, sir. I was mute. Rashi is not many times comfortable with the Dadima. Sometimes she feel comfort zone, sometimes she needs mama.
No problem. You can put her in her lap. She will also become a research expert.
And the thing is, right now, due to pandemic, I'm available at home. That is the reason she I should
No
be
problem.
here.
No, absolutely. You keep her in your lap. We are very comfortable with your child. I think Dadaji is looking from behind. Yeah, continue. Anybody written? Anybody has rewritten in their own words, whatever they want to write. Matthew, could you write?
Sir, meanwhile, I have a question. Can you solve it?
I'll come to that, Abhishek. Let us finish the exercise, then I'll come to that.
Sir, the question is not related with these slides.
No, I'll give you time for it. I don't want people's attention to be diverted. Yeah.
Okay.
Matthew, could you write?
Still writing. I'll read it out from, whatever I written.
Yeah. Whatever way you've written. No problem.
Yeah. See, I started with the same, I have not made much change, but I will just write, tell you. Sexual harassment has many consequences. We find that men and women, students, react differently based, react differently on this incident. And also there is a study by Adam, Kotke and Butke, and their research, had a survey of 1,000 men and women graduate and undergraduate students, and that also talk about avoiding taking a class of working with certain professors because of the risk harassment. Additional,
yeah. The word
may
we
I
that you have used, I'll come there. I'll come to you, Sheetal. The word we that you have used, there's nothing called we. You are never a part of the previous researcher.
Oh, okay.
There's nothing called we. It is somebody found. You are only quoting what he found.
Okay. Oh,
Neither you are not a party in the crime. That is what I want to tell you.
Okay.
You are not a party in the crime. He may be right, he may not be right.
Okay.
It's only what he observed or what he found. So the words like we and all should be avoided. Otherwise, good effort. Yeah, somebody else wanted to say?
Sir, this is Bindu. I would like to read out what I have written.
Bindu, I was dreaming about your lunch and sleeping yesterday.
Okay. So, it's Adam Skotke and Bagrid, 1983. They have conducted a research survey on 1,000 men and women graduate and undergraduate students. They found that the men and women reacted differently in terms of sexual harassment. In their study, they found that women students said that they avoided taking class or working with certain professors because of risk of harassment. And then the next part, Benson and Thompson study in social problem list many problems created by sexual harassment. In the book, Lecturer's Professor, it was given there are a lot of difficulties that victims have suffered.
Okay, good. Pinky, आप बहुत कूद रही थी, कुछ नहीं लिखा.
Sir, may I?
Pinky.
Hello, sir, I am driving right now. I don't want to office, that's why.
Who wanted to talk now?
Sir, may I?
May I
talk? I couldn't see that. Wait, 1 minute. I missed you. 1 minute.
Sorry, sir, I am
Yeah,
driving right now.
Yeah. Who wants to say this now?
Sheetal, sir.
Yeah, Sheetal, please.
Sir, sexual harassment is a huge problem and which has various consequences. In 1982, the study has been done by the Benson and Thompson. They found that sexual harassment creates various kinds of problems. And in 1993, Adams and Cote, he found that with the help of his study, he highlighted the point that men and women they have studied, they react for this sexual harassment in different way. And in 1990, give a long list of difficulties that victims have suffered. Thank you, sir.
Sheetal, the first sentence, sexual harassment is a huge problem. Is it your statement?
Yes, sir. This is created by me.
How does your statement come into the review of literature? This is what I am trying to say. Don't identify yourself as a partner in the crime. You feel that somebody has mentioned it. You say that it's a part of some discussion. And you put the entire thing, refer to the particular author. But don't add your thoughts into that. Your job is only to rewrite what are his thoughts in different words.
Sir,
you are not
then
going
what
to put
about
your...
plagiarism?
Sorry, ma?
Sir, in that case, plagiarism test, how it will be?
No, I'm only telling, use his thoughts, you use his thoughts, write your words. Not saying that you should use his words. Thoughts, expression should be his, word should be yours. Okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sir, may I? Shall I?
Yeah.
Sir, may I, sir?
Yo, Kiran, please, aap
Yes,
bataiye.
sir.
Kiran.
Yes, sir. Adam Scott Paget, 1983, conducted a survey on 1,000 graduate and undergraduate students, including male and female. The results stated that women students feel at risk while working with certain professors or taking class. Benson and Thompson, 1982, listed several problems created by sexual harassment. Sexual harassment has many consequences. Badgett and Wien, 1990, listed difficulty that victims have suffered.
Great.
The year has to have an order, no, sir? 1982 first, 1983 second.
I also made that mistake, yeah.
Depending on your topic, what type of, whether you are making a thematic, but you rightly said that normally the first one could be first, but if there is a 1 year difference, if you want to put that first to bring it a continuity, it's fine. It's only 1 year difference between 82 and 83. But if you want to bring a continuity by putting 82, 83 first and 82 later, there's no harm.
Okay.
Because they are only next to each other. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now something that now you see this one. Comment on it. I don't say this is the best, but I want you to comment on it. Sujata. Sujata, are you related to Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose?
No, sir.
No. Okay. Yeah, tell me.
So the good points about this review is that I find it very impersonal, and the author has not put his or her own opinion alongside the opinions of this the authors that he has referred to.
Okay. What are any bad points that you can think of? Aman?
Yes, sir.
आपकी क्या राय है?
Sir, I mean, the way it is presented, they have included various constructs also in this, and the data is also given. I mean, if we compare it with the previous one, therein they have talked about undergraduate and graduate student as well. So herein that information is missing when they are talking about 13% of the women student, means what student they are talking about. Whether
You brought out a very good point. You brought out a very good point. If your research area is specially separating undergraduate and postgraduate women to bring them out separately. See,
Yes.
because if you actually see the previous one, found that this one 1,000 men undergraduate and graduate students, but the data is not presented separately for undergraduates and graduates in this. It doesn't actually concentrate on it. It only says that their sample consists of undergraduates and graduates. Whereas it does not say that 10% of graduate and 20% of undergraduates are facing this. It doesn't say that. So undergraduates and graduates, that particular topic can be considered as infructuous because there is no data thereafter pertaining to each one separately. There is no breakdown of data. Are you getting it?
Yes,
but if your research topic is to measure them both in undergraduate and graduate colleges, you may like to put them separately and look for some more papers where that breakdown is available. Anyone else wants to point out?
Change the slide, sir.
Sorry.
Sir, I think while mentioning the year, uniformity has to be mentioned. No? In one case, you put it in the bracket, other case, we are not put the bracket. I think uniformity has to maintain for the year.
I thought both are in bracket, na? Why you say that they are not?
Here, Thompson, 1982.
It's a good point you brought, GV. The style has changed from the first sentence to the second sentence.
Okay.
In first sentence, the expression has been put first and the authors have been put in the bracket.
Okay.
In the second sentence,
yes, sir.
I have made the authors as the protagonists and say they mentioned it. So I've only put year in the bracket. That is the way to do it.
Fine.
Sir, I have one thing.
But these both ways are right.
1 minute. Let me speak to Matthew, please. Yeah.
Sir, now first sentence, if you look at, as if this author, the person who writes, he becomes a party to that, no?
In every case, author is a party to it. You are not a party to it. It's a completely author's own statement.
Yeah, but you said, no, we should not become a community. We should not join with the...
You are not joining. You are writing the victims of sexual harassment suffer a range of consequences from lowered self-esteem, loss of so-and-so, and you put this particular thought is expressed by Adam Kotke, Padgett, 1983, and Benson and Thompson, 1982, and Desch and Weiner in 1990. You are attributing this thought to them. Okay.
Sir, adding to this, sir, one more thing.
Yeah, Subhash.
Satish, sir. Sir, in the first sentence where the argument has been properly, sound argument has been listed, this argument is supported by one instance, sir. That is also one of the better examples, sir, for writing a review, sir.
Supported by instance means?
The example, sir, which is supporting the argumentation, sir, which is written in the first sentence, sir.
No, you are talking about in this, for example, okay, see, it is supported or not supported is not my doing. It is that some other research has supported that. So we have taken in such a way that, see, for a minute, if you remove all these words, all these authors' names and read it fully, Matthew, can you remove the authors' names and just read the entire paragraph? Don't talk about any author.
Okay. The victims of sexual harassment suffer a range of consequences from lowered esteem and loss of self-confidence to withdrawal from social interaction, changed career goals, and depression. Okay. For example,
somebody noted,
somebody noted that 13% of women students said that they avoided taking a class or working with certain professors because of the risk of harassment.
So if you look at this, when you read it, it looks like a combined sentence. Do you observe it?
Yes, there is.
It doesn't look disjointed.
Yes. There is a
After that, if I want to add something, I can continue. As long as the connectivity, I can continue. Are you all with me?
Yes, sir.
Sir, I have a quick question. Can I ask, sir?
Quick question, yes.
Yes, sir, for the first statement where we have mentioned all the authors at the end, can we mention, for example, who said social interaction, who's emphasized in their paper social interaction as an withdrawal versus who has talked about changed career goals and depression? Like, for example, if Adam, Kotke and Padgett 1983 mentioned about social interaction, so in bracket of post social interaction word in bracket we'll mention their name. Changed career goals and depression, let's say Benson and Thompson 1982 has mentioned that, and we'll mention career goals and depression, and then in bracket Benson and Thompson.
Great, Surabhi.
Yes.
My assumption, because I have not done this, my assumption is only to think that all the three are party to all the three things.
Okay.
My thinking. If there are one person said this, one person said that, one person said this, best is to write separately.
Okay.
Okay. And why I followed one pattern in the first sentence and one pattern in the second sentence, there is a series of authors in the first one.
Yeah.
So that's why I put the authors' names in the brackets, whereas the second one I made them protagonists.
Okay. Got your point, sir.
Okay. Anyone else questions before we break for a 15-minute break? Great. I think everybody is in a break mood. I want my friend who is having headache, Sheena, to take some Amritanjan ointment and get some massage and come back so that we can see her smiling again. Have some strong coffee, Sheena.
Okay, sir.
Filter coffee. Okay?
Okay, sir.
And come back with full smiles after 15 minutes. 11:15, we start our next topic, identifying the research gap, generating research question, formulating hypothesis, and final topic selection.
Sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Boliye.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, as a Vikas sir mentions that, sir, brand loyalty is a construct and the numbers of concept are affecting the brand loyalty. So, sir, how can we decide that the particular concepts are only affected the construct, not more than that?
Baba, you take whatever your intelligence permits, you take. When I review, I say that I don't agree with him. This also adds. That's why I said everybody is limited by his knowledge. Okay. When you do a study taking some concepts, when I look at that you missed out something, in my opinion, I say that so-and-so has done these concepts, so-and-so study, he has used these concepts, but in my opinion, he left out so-and-so concept, which is important, and I justify.
Sir, yesterday I completed back link, sir.
Yes, Sujata?
Yes, I have a question. Like, we have always heard that review of literature should be exhaustive. It is so. But is there any kind of guidance, as you know, when you are writing your doctoral thesis, how many chapters should be devoted to literature review?
If it is a PhD thesis, normally review of literature runs into 40 to 50 pages. If it's a journal paper, normally review of literature runs into 2.5 pages.
Okay. Okay. That's very helpful, sir. Thank you.
2.5 pages in a paper, about 15 to 16 pages. Okay. Thank you. All of you, you got only 15 minutes. Eat something, drink something, have your bio breaks and come back. So it takes time. So when you come back, if you have some more questions, I'll take it. Okay. Don't worry. Joshin has already joined. Hi, Joshin.
Hi, Professor Bhatta. I was there during the session.
I called you 2-3 times.
Yeah. So, can I take the liberty to just share some files on this group so that they can keep it with them for this?
Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? You can tell them when the 11:15 when we join back. You tell them that you are sharing this and what do you expect that. Did I add you to the WhatsApp group?
No, I am not there in the group, but I have put a link on this chat box. And
I'll add you in the next 1 minute into the WhatsApp group.
All right. So that I'm probably not there in that number. That's why.
No, I'll find you. I think I added you.
All right. Okay. Let me see. All right.
I 1 minute. Let me see. I think I just open your other phone. No, it's a gunpowder.